This is the AristoCrits Q&A. Almost mispronounced our own show name. So I've got an actual computer now. I'm in chat. So if you guys have any, you don't have to be impressed by the
Wow. Got your own computer.
It's not mine. It's Will's.
Oh,
Will.
stealing Will's computer.
So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, we got some in chat already. Let's see. For Sarah, sorry guys. Hooray Jen asks, now that you've had some more D&D experience, do you have a preference as to whether characters are more muscle or magic based?
I don't know if I have a preference. I think it's fun to play both. I have another character who is a drow. Her name is Xenofia Aguilera, and she drinks too much. And she's a magical person. I like playing stupid, so I think I like big muscly more. Not that muscly is always stupid, but maybe that. I don't know. I like them both.
How about you guys? I mean, I know this is your first time playing Hana, but from seeing a magic character, like, do you feel like, oh, I'd want to try that, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, why not? This was a lot of fun, honestly. It'd be cool. I chose Rogue really randomly. Well, actually, no, I chose Rogue because I'm a rogue on Habitica, which is an app to keep your habits in check. I've been asleep for 2 months, and I've gotten nothing done. It's great.
Great. That's awesome. Alex?
So magic versus skill-based?
Yeah.
I like magic because you get to be more obnoxious.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
You get to be quite obnoxious.
You get to do all kinds of obnoxious things.
Level 2?
Alex is referring to the fact that he thought druids could start transforming at level 1 and didn't find out till before we started that comes at level 2 for druids. Well, if you keep playing with us, the way characters level up on this show is if they are on 3 times, the end of the 3rd session, they get to, they don't automatically level up, they make an appeal to the audience and the audience votes if they level up.
That's fair.
Where's the camera?
Yeah.
Wait till level 3. Or wait till appearance 3. Let's see. Dream Punch asks, for the players, how hard was it getting into D&D?
It's such a social thing to do that, like, that's the best way to get there. A bunch of friends. It's as dumb as goofy. It really is just an excuse to sit around a table that, like a sports game or a video game would be in a different social scenario.
Yeah, I always thought that fantasy football was just D&D for jocks.
I mean, it's not far from the truth.
Yeah, it's just that with D&D, you get to pretend, you get to act out what the jocks are actually, like what the fantasy football players would actually do after you choose them.
I feel like D&D is like, oh, fantasy football if you replace the real football games that numbers with random dice rolls. You know, replace one of the largest institutions financially and socially in American culture with a couple random dice rolls. That sounds like I play fantasy football, and I don't.
I don't know. You barely know what it is.
Yeah, from my impression of fantasy football, it seems like that's a lot what it is. Sven Vico says, LOL, that's a great analogy.
Well done.
Oh, sorry, Kush Boy. He just said, my question was skipped. Sad face.
Oh, no.
Kush Boy asks, what would everyone name D&D Dungeons & Dragons if you were naming it for the first time?
Oh. We saw some dragons, but we didn't see any dungeons.
We saw a sewer.
Wait, where'd you see dragons?
Us!
Oh, Dragonborn.
Clay.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about normal dragons, like stereotypical.
Normals.
Wow.
Normal.
Wow.
Normal.
You're Dragonborn. That's different than a dragon.
Okay.
All right. Well,
All
I
right,
think
Clay.
Oh God, I feel like
All right, Clay.
I really destroyed.
You think Kush got his question answered? You think Kush Boy got his question answered?
I
Let's
think
answer
I destroyed his question.
I'm gonna say sewers and garbage.
I think based on this game, yeah, like something with sewers, something with magic.
Yeah.
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 I like that. Something with sewers, something with magic.
Great, that's what we'd name it.
I feel like based on this game, I might name it Sadness and Sewers.
We would
That is
name
a
it,
game.
Are You Married?
Do you have any skulls?
Just name it Come to Eggman's.
Oh,
Also, excellent Robotnik reference.
Okay.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can organically work the Sonic the Hedgehog reference in. Fun trivia note, my childhood dog was named Knuckles after the character in Sonic.
Aww.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Dream Punch. Lots of D&D on Twitch is male-dominated. Thoughts on the stereotype that women don't play D&D?
I think it's like a weird gender thing where it's like boys don't play with dolls, or like they're known to not play with dolls, so they never end up playing with dolls. And I feel like girls are known to not stereotypically play D&D, so they don't get invited much. But it's fun. It's fun as hell, and we're imaginative and cool. Yeah, I feel like if you play D&D and you don't have a female or a diverse person in your group, add them, because they like cool, weird fantasy stuff too. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. Yeah.
I just got into it.
I mean,
Maybe
that's a good summation. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't have anything to add, I think that's a fine thing to tack on. Like, yeah, I say that too. Yeah, I think
question.
it's kind of interesting when Alex, when you were saying like about how hard it was to get into it, the fact that the social aspect makes it so great. I think a flip side is every now and then with some people, the social aspect, as great as it is, and I love that aspect of it, but it can also be what makes it hard because you can't start doing it alone.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't play D&D by yourself. And sometimes it's kind of hard if you even only have like 2 or 3 people. I think you could do it 3, but like I think it hits its stride with at minimum 4 or 5. And so it's like I think some people like would love it, but they're like, well, I don't know anybody who wants to play, so I can't play. But I feel like maybe that's a thing that happens with like because of that stereotype. Like if it's like, oh, you're a woman who wants to play, but you don't know other ladies who are like, no, I want to play this or go against it, or any, it's like it's doubly hard with that stereotype. It seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the same way with like, we think jocks probably wouldn't play it, but if they probably just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Invite your jock friends.
it's the best thing in the world. If you like don't feel like you know people who would be interested, just try them.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
And I will say that's kind of the funnest part about this show is that I think maybe we've had one, but just about every show, there's always at least one person who has never played D&D, and I love it. It's great. And they oftentimes add the most fun stuff. Like I mean, Hana, you've never played, and you said the whole thing about like the rat insurance thing, which was awesome.
Oh, that was so primo.
And I love that kind of stuff.
That was great.
Dream Punch again asks, if you could play D&D with anyone, fictional, living, or historical, who would it be?
Someone like really fun and imaginative, I feel like. Because I love D&D, not that I've played a lot of it, but it's real fun when it's someone goofy and thinking outside of the box.
Yeah. I originally thought Joan of Arc, but it would be fun to play as her. I feel like playing with her would involve a lot of screaming and throwing.
I think it's a good reason.
Alex?
I'm gonna say, I want Tolkien. I want to see if he gets like really annoyed at everything. Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like
that's good.
Tolkien would be a nightmare to be a DM as a player for, because I feel like he'd be asking constantly for more detail, more detail. I want to know the history of like every little thing, and I'd have to make up so much on the spot, which is fine, but it would be awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it'd be very stressful to DM for him.
Describe this food at Eggman's for 5 hours.
Okay, so there's Mushroom Forest. Describe all the different types of mushrooms and about how far. Weasel Boy. Oh, a couple people in the chat had good ones. Sven Vico says playing with Jennifer Lawrence and Louis C.K. would be fun.
Ooh, that'd be
Weasel
fun.
Boy, Graham Chapman, and John Cleese and the rest.
Ooh. Yeah. We could probably get them in.
We can get them.
Yeah.
Especially
We'll
the
email
Graham
them.
Chapman.
Graham's Ashley's around. Yeah.
We'll email Graham Chapman. Don't tell me anything else.
I will also say, I think I got a good one.
Yeah.
I think it'd be crazy to play D&D with William Shakespeare.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And probably great because he's imaginative.
Well, I feel like him and George R.R. Martin would just keep killing each other.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be
They'd
really
just
fun.
be reckless and be like, yes, my character's going to die. I don't care. Someone asks, what's on your hand? I assume one of them.
Oh, well, this is my costume, you see.
Yeah.
I have drawn dragon prints. Oh, your hand, too.
Oh, mine just says boob armor.
I have a nice lavender nail polish.
Great.
It's very light.
I have nothing except these perfect hands that if you're selling any sort of ring
Oh.
or fast food you need held.
Ask questions about the hands.
Oh God, someone said, oh God, George R.R. Martin as DM would be sadness. Coming all back around to sadness and sewers.
Yeah. Oh,
Is that the subtext of every D&D game? A
sadness
little
and
bit of
sewers.
loss.
No, I just went heavy on this one. This is actually the whole subplot of them like having met up with the tax person way far in the past, and the tax person joining basically the IRS to ruin their lives did not come in until this morning. The outline did not have that until I woke up this morning. I was like, oh, that's a cool addition, and I wrote it in.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad for everybody. Everybody's experienced loss.
Yeah, but I think like when someone watches a D&D game with a bunch of comedians who are playing silly characters, they want to think about loss.
I'm gonna beg to differ on this one, but
Fair.
Are we gonna see that tax character again?
Who knows?
I certainly
Oh.
hope not. That guy's a monster.
I wish, in case he does show up again, I had chosen a name that's easier to remember.
Malekith?
Malekith is easy.
That's from
Ninton.
Thor, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize I had like subconsciously pulled that from Thor until after like I wrote it. Ninton. I keep thinking it's Ninth or something and not Ninton. Oh well.
That's your own fault.
Oh, I'm sorry. Canucks said, just got here. How long have you four been playing for? If you mean today, we've been playing for 2.5 hours and we're just finishing, so I'm sorry you're just showing up. But please come back next week at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
YouTube archive.
And you can watch old episodes at youtube.com/JoshPlay. If you're talking about how long we've been playing in general, I've been playing since around 2006 is when I first started.
I've been playing for around 6 months, 6 to 9 months.
Off and on, off again, on again since 2014.
Cool.
Nice.
And this is your first time,
This is my
right?
first time, yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Also, let's see. Oof, man, a lot of good questions coming in. Kushbai wants us to end the show with, instead of with a goodbye, just everyone walking silently off one by one and then fade to black. We're going to make people cry. What's everybody's day job, starving comedian, or just semi-starving? I'd say semi-starving.
Semi-starving comedian and cat owner.
I'm also a photographer as like another side thing, claylarsen.com. How about you guys?
Hey, you nerds like videos about video games? Head to Frederator's The Leaderboard. Why, who wrote all those funny words? Is it Alex Sphere of D&D the show? Sometimes, not always.
Looking up D&D and the show.
D&D the show, that's the name.
I'm a freelance writer and I do social media. I do the social media for my dad's self-help book. It's not a good fit. I don't know why he hired me. It's a bad decision. But it's the tools book if you want to go there and see his good advice parroted badly by a comedian.
That's delightful. And little dovetailed nicely with the fact that Roland wrote that Dungeon Help book. Weasel Boy asked, question, what is your favorite character level to play? Talking about like 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, etc. I feel like you guys don't, since you haven't played for very long, you've only
100.
played 1 to 5.
100.
Well, it doesn't go up to
Well,
100.
my favorite's 100.
Do you have one, Alex?
100. I don't know. I've never gotten very far either.
I like 5 to 10 a lot because it's low enough that it still tends to be very grounded adventures, but it's high enough that, like, if you're playing, like, just with friends, you get a lot more powers and you start... It's, like, where the character starts to feel like... Because, like, as many choices as you make at level 1, as you get to that level, you've made a lot more choices about, like, well, does my character do this or this? Okay, great, he does this. Well, then at level 5, does he do this or this? And then at level 7, oh, but between these... And, like, I like it starts feeling more personalized around then.
One more quick question.
What is it?
No, just say wrap it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Producer just said we have one more quick question. I thought that's what he said. He's just saying if anybody has one more quick question. Weasel Boy says 1 to 5 here. The sense of inadequacy is awesome. I will say for this show, 1 through 5 is the best.
Choose our
If
final
anybody
question.
has one more question, let us know quickly. Oh, last question. How do you adapt D&D for an audience? So I will say, if anybody out there has played 5th edition, this is 5th edition, but a few things adapted. Like, we don't worry about initiative as much, because it's not a huge amount of time, but it's like rolling that then is just like a lot of like, okay, what'd you get? And you got this? Okay, so you go first, and then you... And like... And when I play normally, I absolutely use initiative, but we took it out for the show just because it's not as exciting to watch as some of the other role-playing parts. What else have we changed? You know, there'll be like, I think sometimes like if I, forget a rule on the fly, you'll notice that I don't have the player guides back here or anything. I'm not going to lift my sheet up, but I don't. But like, I don't tend to refer to anything. If I like blank on a rule, I'll just in the moment make something up that makes the most sense. So like, you're watching this show, yeah, you might occasionally something like, if I forget the specific system rule for, not being able to breathe underwater or something, like I might just make up the rule on the fly if I forget it.
Call him out on it.
I
Call him
know
out
you're
on
gonna
it
call
every
him.
time.
But you can always call it out to our chat moderator Will, since he knows D&D like the back of his hand. Ask him any question you want; he'll know it precisely. He'll know exact rules. Always like to make Will uncomfortable when I say that. But yeah, otherwise it's just like we use 3 people instead of 4 or 5 to keep things moving longer, so people don't have long waits in between when they do things. And if I don't know, I'm trying to think. There's been a bunch of small things we adapt to do the audience. And otherwise, I think it's just a matter of keeping things moving. Like, they can't take long or short rests so that they can only use their, the powers that expend on a long rest. They can only use them once during the show because it's all one day. Stuff like that. I think that's a pretty good answer to that question. I hope I didn't bore you guys. Sarah's falling asleep. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with us for the Q&A. We'll be back again next week at 3 p.m. And the show on the 26th at 9 p.m. for the special nighttime show with Reggie Watts. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.
You guys all walk away one by one. We'll do this.
Oh, that's right.
All right, we're going to do Kush Boy's request.
Should I sink down under the table?
Well, you're talking about it, so you should probably just do it.
Well, doing this.
Terribly awkward.
As we all disappear, someone asked me to repeat the Reggie Watts episode time. It's going to be 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on May 26th. Well...